Vanity Fair, or A Novel Without a Hero, is a novel by English author William Makepeace Thackeray, first published in 1847 to 1848, satirizing society in the early 19th century Britain. The novel follows the lives of two very different women, Becky Sharp and Amelia Sedley, amid their friends and family. It is now considered a classic and has inspired several film adaptations, such as the 2004 British-American costume drama film directed by Mira Nair, in which Nair made notable changes in the development of main character Becky Sharp, played by Reese Witherspoon. According to classiclit.about.com, a classic is a work which stands the test of time. The work is usually considered to be a representation of the period in which it was written, and the work merits lasting recognition. The novel is a classic because it is celebrated as a great Victorian novel, written and published deep in the middle of a great age of English fiction. Vanity Fair put Thackeray at the height of his writing success. Some say he never wrote as well or as sharply again. Thackeray's intention was satirical and realistic. Writing mid-century, he set his masterpiece in Regency England during the Napoleonic Wars, intending the lessons of his tale to be applied equally to his own times and other times. The physical setting moves from London to Brighton to the continent, including Paris, Rome, Brussels, and Pumpernickel, a small German principality. However, there is also a social setting. The story unfolds against the background of the estates and attitudes of landed aristocracy such as the Crawleys, the House of the City Merchants such as the Sedleys, the Osbornes of the Dobbins, the colonial order and money of Miss Schwartz and Joseph Sedley, the collector of Bogley Wallop, the military protocol in Brussels before Waterloo and in India, the Anglo-Irish and the persons and prejudices of the O'Dowds, and the lesser fringes of Vanity Fair embodied in the Claps, Raggles, Briggs, and others. The book, then, has not only a setting as to place, but also, and more important, as to position and power. It emerges as a social document accurate in terms of history, sociology, and psychology. The different social standings of various characters and families shown in the novel conveys the high importance placed on money and social positions during the 19th century. Thackeray's life and experiences influenced the experiences of the characters and the development of the novel. Although he set his novel a generation earlier, he was really writing about his own society. He even used contemporary clothing in his illustrations for the book. He saw how capitalism and imperialism, with their emphasis on wealth and material goods, had corrupted society, and how the inherited social order and institutions, including the aristocracy, the church, the military, and the foreign service, regarded only family, rank, power, and appearance. These values morally crippled and emotionally bankrupt every social class from servants through the middle class to the aristocracy. High and low, individuals were selfish and incapable of loving.
Chaque esclave veut s'échapper, s'il peut, titulaire.
I'm glad to hear it. And good day to you, Miss Sharp.
Good day.
In an early scene, we see Becky leading Miss Pinkerton's Academy at Chiswick, where she's been employed to teach French to well-born young ladies, the most relevant one being Amelia Sedley. The young lady's family's coach has been dispatched to fetch Amelia and her temporary house guest, Becky Sharp, to the Sedley home. Thackeray had a great deal of fun with Amelia, who was always so overwrought that she can hardly bear to leave all her school friends behind. Amelia in the film is just as nice and sincere, which foils Becky's daring nature as she brazenly tosses out the coach window a parting gift from the school, Dr. Johnson's dictionary, that lands at the feet of Miss Pinkerton, much to Amelia's dismay. In these scenes, the movie is faithful to the book, and it shows the differences between the two girls, but also sets the scene for their entrance into the real world. Becky never fails to seize any opportunity for advancement. After insinuating herself into a more dominant role in the Crawley household, Becky soon catches the eye of Sir Pitt's younger son, Rawdon Crawley, a cavalry officer with a costly gambling habit, whom she easily seduces into marriage. All this after Rawdon's aunt, Sir Pitt's humorously sharp-witted sister, has befriended the quick-witted Becky and taken her to London as a companion, which shows her role as a social climber and helps facilitate her movement up in society. In the book and the film, Becky is given the chance to put Amelia out of her self-imposed misery by protecting the memory of her late, worthless husband, George Osborne, at the expense of William Dobbin, the man who truly loves her despite all her ill-advised rejections. When Becky shows Amelia a letter she received from George on the night before his death at Waterloo, Amelia is finally liberated from her unrealistic obsession with George and rushes into Dobbin's sheltering arms.